Do you want to know how these cones are being produced? Do you want to know how an ice cream cone machine operates? Then follow me. Let me give you a complete guide of how these ice cream cones are being produced and how these machines operate to effectively produce these cones you see here, from the recipe to the baking proper and to the operation of this machine. I'm going to give you everything you need to start your own business like this. My name is Alambe Charles. I'm a business person and a content creator. Welcome to Bekins, the money making channel, where we hold your hands and grow together. And if this is your first time watching any of my videos, please kindly subscribe and ring the notification bell so that you will not miss out on any of my videos, because in this channel we teach you how to make money out of business, and we hold your hands and help you to grow to the height where you want your business to be. And if you have any questions, please leave them on the comment section. I will reply you as soon as possible. So now we're going to start by introducing you to all the equipment we need for the baking of our ice cream cones proper. Thank you very much. Keep watching. Before we start making our ice cream cones, I would like to introduce you to the items that we need to get this going. First thing first, we need our measuring tools. These are measuring spoons, and this is a measuring cup. We also need our scale, measuring scale. This is to ensure that we should get every measurement correctly. Then we will need our mixing bowl. Let us set it on at 0. We will need our water. This is our water. This water you see here has been slightly flavored with black vanilla, so that's why you see the color will change a little bit. So we'll measure 400 grams of water. We have our 400 grams of water. We need flour. This is 2 kilograms of flour. So like I said, we need our flour. We need 2,000 grams of flour or 2 kilograms of flour. We pour our flour inside our water. So don't forget our water was slightly flavored with black vanilla. After that, what do? We need 1 egg. This is an industrial baking, and what we want to do is that we want to make sure that our cone have a good quality. So but if you want to do it, you can still do it without the egg, no problem. You can just put the water and the flour and mix like that. But what we are doing a good quality cone, a cone that when someone eats it, the person will enjoy eating the cone just like that. Now the next item that we need is our butter or margarine. Here we will need 150 grams of butter or margarine, as you can see there. So we will need 150 or 155 grams of margarine, as you can see here, or butter. You can use any of them, be it butter, margarine, or any vegetable oil, but ensure that it gets this quantity. So what you should know is that this recipe we are showing you, it needs this butter because of the quality that we want to give to our customers, and you can still do it without the butter. So now let's put our butter into our mixture. So that is it. And one item we need also is a spatula to always clean up everything we are doing to ensure that we get everything correctly. So our spatula is here for this. So this is what we have. Then we keep our the remains on the right position. Then the next thing we need is sugar. Here we will not use all the sugar. We will need 1/3 cup of sugar. That is 80 milliliters of sugar. So let's just get going. Let's get our sugar ready. So that's our sugar, 80 milliliters of sugar, or 1/3 cup of sugar. We add it on our mixture. Then we keep the sugar aside. Another thing we need is baking soda. We need baking soda. Here we'll use our measuring spoon. We'll measure 5 milli baking soda 2 times. That is 10 milli baking soda, or otherwise it is 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So we're going to include 2 teaspoons of baking soda or 10 milli of baking soda in our mixture. So this is our baking soda. That's 5 milli, and this is another one. So we are done with that. The other items that we need is a packaging plastic to package our cones. So don't forget this one. And we also need a food colorant. In this case, I'm going to use a pink colorant to color my mixture. We will also need a sealing machine to seal when we are done baking the cones. And one important thing we also need are gloves. Since this machine is extremely hot, we will be working with our gloves to avoid burns on our hands. And finally we need our mixers. So now that everything has been set, let's get going with the mixing process proper. So what we're going to do is that we are going to mix until our mixture is smooth and uniform. So let's stop here and add our food colorant. With the color, you have to put gradually so that you will get the desired color that you want. Because this pink color, what I want it to be, I want to be pink. I want the pink to be intense. So I will put gradually and mix, and put gradually and mix until I get my desired color. You can see the pink color we have. This color is light. I want to make it more intense than this. So if I want to bake a baby pink cone, I'll leave the color at this juncture. But what I want to do is I want to get a pink color that is better than this one, is thicker than this one. So I want to get a rose pink. So I'll keep adding my color gradually until I get my desired color. So I think this color is better. So what I wanted was a brighter color, and I think this color is bright enough to give me the cone that I want. As you can see, our mixture is very smooth. So at this juncture we can end here. Okay, our mixture very smooth, and we have the right viscosity that we want. So that is it. Now we are done with the preparation of our batter. What we need now is to allow this mixture to stand for some time, let's say 30 minutes. While we are doing that, we will preheat our machine. So guys, now let's talk about the machine proper. Let's talk about the operation of this machine. How does the machine work? This machine you see here, it comes with this this is used for the measurement of the batter to put inside here. Just keep it as such. Then that is how the machine looks like. So this is our ice cream cone machine. This machine you see here, it's a 10 head ice cream cone machine. As you can see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This machine comes in various varieties. We have the 2 head cone machine, that is just 2 of these. We have the 6 head cone machine. We have the 12 head cone machine. We have the 10 head cone machine, as you see here. We have the 20 head cone machine. We have the 40 head cone machine, and we have the 60 head cone machine. So it comes in almost all numbers. So the manufacturers have made it as such to ensure that you get your own based on your finance and based on the availability of your market. So depending on your market in your location, or depending on the demand of ice cream cones in your area, and also depending on your finance, you can get any of these depending on what, on your finance, how much capital you have to start, or depending on the availability of the market around your area. So if the demand for ice cream cones are high where you are, I'll advise you to get the machine of higher capacity. And if the demand of ice cream cone machine in your area is low, then I would advise you to get a machine of a lower capacity. But then, depending on your pocket also matters which one you're going for. So you can start from any direction. That is why the manufacturers have made it possible that we get the machine in various categories. And if you want your own machine like this one, if you want to secure your own ice cream machine, if you want to secure your own ice cream cone machine, and you don't know how to go about it, please feel free to leave a comment on my comment section, and I'll be glad to help you to buy your own from the manufacturers directly and ship it to wherever you're located. So please feel free to do that. If you need your own machine, feel free to contact me, and I'll gladly ship your own to your country of origin. So let's start going with this machine. This machine you see here is divided into two main sections. We have the upper section known as the upper mold, and the lower section known as the lower mold. See the way the lower mold operates. This is how the lower mold operates. So when you open it, you close it, and make sure you get the sound, this sound, to ensure that this sound indicates that the machine has been properly closed. Because if you don't close it properly, your batter will leak out of it and your cones will come out in a funny shape. So always make sure that you lock your machine well and get this sound out of it. This sound tells you that everything is closed properly. And this is how the upper mold of the machine operates. Each time you want to bake, the first things you have to do is to check if the parts of the machine are functioning smoothly without any issues. If not, what you simply do is you oil the parts of the machine. This part you are seeing here, you simply oil them. You try to test it to be sure that every part works properly, like what I'm doing here. The next thing you have to do is to check that nothing, these molds are not shaking, because most often when you bake with them, after some time they begin to shake, or when you ship them initially, they might come when they are not properly tied. So what you need to do is that you check if they are not shaking, and if anyone is shaking, you endeavor, like this one, let me test this one, you endeavor to properly tie it up. So this is what I will do. We tie it up, because if you don't do this, in the course of baking, you'll be shaking, and all the cones that this one will produce will break. So in order to avoid all those breakages, we effectively tie up the machine, any one that is not working well. So see what I'm doing. You have to take your time and ensure that they are being tied well. If not, during the course of baking, they are going to disturb you a lot. So from all indication, if I test it now, none of it is shaking. No one again is shaking. So but I want to make sure I tighten this one well so that it will not shake during the course of baking. To use something extra and tighten up everything. So when you receive your machine for the first time, what you have to do is you have to oil this machine, this part of the machine, like I was trying to explain to you. You have to oil this part of the machine, and you use a brush like this, and you oil the components of the machine. And even during the course of baking, you have to, from time to time, you oil this movable part of the machine. You can use a normal vegetable oil to do that, or you can use an extra oil or any other grease oil to grease the machine. This will help your machine to work smoothly. You will not have tightening and so on. Everything will go on smoothly. oil all these parts of the machine, these movable components of the machine, oil all of them to ensure that your machine does not disturb during the course of baking. So now that your machine has been oiled, now the next thing we have to do is we keep those ones aside, we close up everything and move on to this other section of the machine. This machine you see here has the temperature controller for the upper mold, and this is a switch for the temperature controller of the upper mold. You press it inward, it goes on. You press it outward, it comes off. This section here is a temperature controller of the lower mold, and this is a switch down here. You press it inward, it goes off, and you press it outward, it goes off. This particular section you see here is a time controller. Here it has 2 digits on my left hand side, and in the middle here it has letters, and on my right hand side it has also 2 digits. So these 2 digits on the left hand side are being separated by a letter from the 2 digits on my right hand side. So on these letters here we have letter M, we have letter H, and we have letter S. S stands for second, M stands for minutes, and letter H stands for hours. And I'm going to set my own at M because I always bake at a minute. So, and for this other section, these 2 digits here and these 2 digits, I'm going to set my time based on my temperature that I want to bake with. So the time here is set based on what? On the temperature you have. So when this machine is on, now what I usually do is that for the upper mold, I set my this is a temperature regulator. As you can see what I'm doing here, I always set my temperature, my maximum temperature for the upper mold to be at 200 degrees Celsius, and for the lower mold I set my temperature, my maximum temperature, to be at 220 degrees Celsius. This is because I don't want my machine to exceed 220 degrees Celsius. When the temperature will reach that amount, automatically it will move from on to off. That is, the lower mode or the upper mode will automatically go off to prevent overheating. Because where machine overheats, the cones will be baked in an abnormal manner. And the reason why I set my upper mold temperature at 200 degrees Celsius and the lower mold at more than 200 degrees Celsius is because this upper mold gets hotter than this lower mold. But when you look at the temperature difference, this one was always higher than this one. Okay. Behind here we have our power switch. This is the on mode, off mode, on mode, off mode, and this is a power indicator. So when the power comes on, this light will come on. For the bell controller, this is for the time controller, this is a switch on and off. So when you are heating the machine, you off your bell controller, but what you want to bake, you on your bell controller. So that is how it works. So now let's off our bell controller, let's on our upper mold temperature, and let's on our lower mold temperature. Then our machine is on off. Then we plug in our power source. This is our power cable. So now let's plug in our power source. But before I do that, let me explain you something here. It's a time breaker. It controls our time controller, so that when you press it inside, it's on. When you relax it like this, is our time. When you press this thing inside, our time comes on. When you press it, allow it, it goes outward. Our time goes off. For example, when I do like this, it will read here, and when I break it, it goes off. So let's connect our power source, and from there we better understand what I mean by all I've explained. So I have connected my power cable to the power source, and I on my machine. So as you can see, our machine our machine ice cream cone machine is on. So what we are technically doing, we are preheating the machine, and the temperature here indicates 28 degrees Celsius, and the same thing here, 28 degrees Celsius. So now we'll allow the machine to heat up to the temperature that we want to start baking. And I'm going to allow the machine to heat up to, this one will be 150 minimum, and this one will be 180 minimum before I start my baking proper. That way I'll have to bake at a lesser time. Wait for this to heat up. So if you have learned something from what I have done so far, please, I would like to know where you're watching me from. Just type the name of it, just type the name of your country on my comment section, and give me a thumb up. And like I earlier said, if you will need a machine like this and you don't know how to go about it, please contact me, and be rest assured that we will secure one that you want. They will secure one for you. They will ship it to any part of the world. We do shipments for machines like this to any part of the world. So if you want one like this, something like this, feel free to contact us, and we'll secure one for you. And if you have any questions so far, please leave your questions on my comment section, and I will gladly reply you as soon as I receive them. Thank you very much. While waiting for the machine to heat up, please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to leave me a comment on my comment section. Now our machine is significantly hot enough for baking proper to take place. If you look at our upper mold, we have a temperature of 171 degrees Celsius, and at the lower mold we have a temperature of 201 degrees Celsius. So this temperature is a good temperature to start with. At this temperature, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to set my time to 1 minute 50 seconds. The reason why I had to wait for this time for my temperature to reach these figures is because I wanted it to be in such a way that my baking time will be shorter. So that is what I've actually done. I've waited enough, so my temperatures are now at 173 and 202. So what I will do now, I will set my baking time at 1 minute 50 seconds. So at 1 minute 50 seconds, my bell would alarm letting me know that my time is enough. So I've put it at 1. This is M here, like I explained earlier, and this is 54 5. So 50 minutes. So I have 1 minute 50 seconds, and now I'm going to on my timer belt. So it's on now, and the time is reading. So I have to, what I'll do now, I'll break. If you see it is on now, the time is reading. So what I'll do now, I'm going to break it so the time will go off. So this is what I was trying to explain. When it touches this thing, it presses down, the timer reads. When you remove from there, it goes off. So that is what I explained earlier to you guys. So let me repeat again one more time. When you press it down and this thing here presses it onward, the timer reads, and when it removes it there, the timer goes off. And to achieve that, you must on the time bell controller. So that is it. So now at this juncture, we have to put on our gloves, because you cannot bake here without gloves, because these molds now are extremely hot. The thing that will keep you safe are your gloves. So I put on my gloves, and when getting a glove, please ensure to get gloves that are good insulators glove, and glove that will fit your hand perfectly, and that you easily use to manipulate while you're working properly. So please don't forget your safety measures. Your gloves are your number one safety measures when you are baking here, to avoid heat burns and all the like. Please put on your gloves, and if necessary, I would advise you use gloves that are at least that are long, or you wear your dress that is long enough to cover your hand, so that in case you made a mistake, you will not have burns around this area. So we have to put this carton under here to collect the debris that fall out of the baking. So that is what we do. You have to make sure you put anything that is something that is is neat. So this is what we always do. We cover it as such, so that when the debris they fall on the cartons. Now let's fit in our batter on our measuring cup. So our batter has set well, because I told you earlier that we should allow our batter to set. Now we have to feed in our batter into our measuring cup and insert it into the baking machine. So our batter, as we earlier said, has set for a good time. We stir it before we use. So now I feed it in here. See the way I'm doing, right? I feel it. I feel it. I feel all the holes. So I feel like this. I am doing this because you see these big baths you see that I have here. I usually use it to do my measurements, because with those ones I just insert it directly inside and do it like that. Because I'm using a smaller bucket or a mixing bowl to do my measurement, so I have to just do it manually like that. Now let's carefully carry our batter and put into our machine as such. Look at what I'm doing. I make sure that I calibrate in such a way that when I pour it, it will fall directly into the holes. The way I do, and after doing that, I close and remove. Out of experience, what I always do is that I allow it for some time. While it is being there, I fill my butter back on my measuring cup. The reason why I do so is secret, and I will make sure that I explain in my next video, because you could still do it and just cover it immediately, but when you do that, you'll get a different result. But when you wait a little bit and you refill, then you cover, you get a different result. In my next video, I'm going to explain to you guys why I do so, and I'm going to demonstrate the difference, and you clearly see the result, so that when you're doing your own, make sure you learn from my experience. So you see the way I feel, and when I'm filling it, the butter into this cup, I make sure that they don't overflow. At the same time, I ensure that they fill equally. So that is what I'm doing. Now I guess you see that fill almost equally. At this juncture now, I bring down my upper mold. Gradually I take it up. Gradually I take it up again 2 times, 3 times, and I close. My timer waits. I love this job. I'm waiting for my time. When the time will be enough, the bell will ring. My temperatures are fluctuating, increasing, and everything is moving on smoothly. So our time is gradually approaching. We are gradually approaching. It's 1 minute 35 seconds. We are gradually approaching 1 minute 50 seconds. So when the cone now come out, we will assess the cones. If they are too dry, we reduce our time because our temperature keep rising. So if the time okay, time is okay, time is up. So let's open. We go up gradually. We go up gradually, and wow, wow! You can see what we got, right? You can see what we have, right? This is our cones, well formed and well shaped. Wow, I'm so happy with the result. Oh, oh, remove this debris and let them fall off. Wow, I'm so happy with the results. You see what we have? We put them there for them to air dry and to cool, because we cannot package them when they are hot. So we allow them to cool for some time, then we package. So you see the cones that we have. When I look at these cones that I've produced so far, I discovered that they are hot. They are too dry. So for that reason, and being too dry is not a bad thing. It's okay, but it's taking me too much time to bake. So what I have to do is I have to reduce the time from that 1 minute 50 seconds to, let's say, 1 minute 20 seconds or 1 minute 30 seconds. But I prefer 1 minute 30 seconds for now, because I will not want to reduce the time too much at once. I want to go gradually. So I'm doing the filling and I make sure they have equal amount. Now I change my time, 1 minute 30 seconds. Then I close gradually. 1, 2, 3, and the timer reads. Open and check what we have. So we break the time, we go and to see what comes out below. Wow, we have that. This one is broken. This shows that the cone is not yet, this one is not well dried. So what we do is that we remove it, remove all these debris and continue with our baking. We clean this one off. We clean everything up. See the cones that are coming out. So beautiful. See the cones that are coming out. So beautiful. So beautifully made. So we'll remove all this one, this debris, this are fallout. We don't need these ones. We don't need these ones. So in this situation now, we carefully clean off this one, because if you allow them in the air, they will keep burning and spoiling our cones. We remove them carefully and continue with our baking process. You see how helpful my gloves are? Now that one is not dry. It shows that my timing might be too much, might be too small. So let's do it at 1 minute 40 seconds and continue the baking. One, two, There are reasons why we do this. We do this in order to remove the vapor, the hot vapor that is trapped inside the machine. That is why we go down 1, 2, 3. So we remove the hot vapor that is trapped inside the machine. Another reason why we do that is to ensure that the batters effectively fit in on those molds so that the cone will come out good. So that is what we do, and we keep doing that all the time, and we'll keep getting good results. Our bell is ringing, our time is up. As you can see, you see my cones, everything is perfect. Wow, wow, wow. I'm so happy with the result that I have. Wow, wow, wow. Ay, ay. I'm so happy with my result. You see what we got, right? Wow. So let's put it back. So finally we have baked our cones. As you can see here, our cones are properly baked. Our cones are properly baked, and now we'll move to our packaging section where we'll package these cones and keep them ready to be supplied to customers. So what we usually do is that we arrange the cones like this, as you see, in 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we arrange them like that, 10, 10. So we do that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We put it aside. While arranging, we make sure we remove all of these. Any remnant on it we remove. We remove 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is how we arrange our cones. This is how we arrange our cones. So this is how we arrange our cones. We arrange them one column like this has 10 cones. Then we'll put them to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we keep the rest inside our cartons. Then now we package them inside our packaging plastic. Put them inside like this. We put them like this. You put them like this, feed it well, make sure it enters well. Make sure everything fit in well. Wow. See, everything is well fitted. Everything has well fitted. So now the next thing is that we have to close this to make it airtight so that the thing will remain crunchy as it was baked. So that's what we do. And we seal over. When this is done, we pack them in cartons and supply them to customers based on customer demand. If a customer demands, it depends on how, simply send them to the customer. So you see our cones are, they are airtight, ready to be supplied. So this is the end of our cone making proper. I hope you have enjoyed everything we have done so far. If you find this video helpful, please give me a thumb up and share it to others so that they will not miss out on this video. And don't forget to subscribe, and in case you have any questions, please leave them on the comment section.